There we are. There's Malfazad. Oh, hi, Malfazad. I need to change my avatar size because I like it big. Because I don't want chat saying naughty things. Sometimes chat says naughty things.
On the internet, who would do that?
I know.
People are only completely civil on the internet, in my experience.
Yes. All right. All right. I think I'm ready to, to shoot this fucker. I think.
All right.
All right. Skull Bros, or actually, I think I'm going to get my little Goblin Man on.
Okay.
I'm going to get my little Goblin Man.
Goblin Man's fun.
All right. Well, apparently, I was in the past. I have earned the Samorian badge. I am now one with the past. Got a little.
Sounds fancy.
Got a little hailstorm guy over here. A little Son of Satan action. Oh God, how do I play this character? How do I do things? What level is your dude?
40.
40? You've out-leveled me, sir.
Yes. I win.
You now outrank me. Midnighter Club. Okay. What the fuck you want to talk about? I do have things to talk about because I always try to have something to talk about other than just I don't know, two old men, two middle-aged men just reminiscing about, I don't know, the good old days when television was good with the X-Files and I don't know, Lost or something.
Before everything became woke.
Everything got the wokeage.
Everything is woke now. It makes me constantly sad.
How do I get out of here? Oh, I go that way. I think. No. That way. There we go. Sorry, I have to try to navigate spooky place. Well, since you're higher level, you want to do your missions or do paper missions, or I don't give a shit. Like,
all right, yeah.
I mean, are you able to like select missions and so forth?
Probably.
Probably.
All
right.
Oh.
All right.
What do I have?
All right. Invite me to team, noob.
Oh yeah, how does that work? All right, let me see.
You can open up. Well, actually, this will be the easiest thing to do. Like, I'll invite you to team.
All right.
And then I will give you the star. So now you are in charge. You are now Charles in charge.
Your days and your nights.
I don't know why that has struck me funny, but it has.
It was back when TV shows had theme songs. And there would be words in those songs that would tell you kind of, sort of what the show was about.
The good old days?
Kind of, sort of.
Back in the days of Archie Bunker?
Good old days, quote unquote.
All right.
They were still trying to figure TV out back then.
I feel like they're still trying to figure TV out.
Kinda.
All right. I'm ready to engage in a mission.
What have I got here? I don't even know what I was doing in half of these.
I mean, when in doubt, you can just do a pay. We can just go someplace and do paper missions. As I just run back and forth.
That.
I mean, because that's like that's the easiest thing in the world.
All right, defeat a guy and his guards.
Yeah, we go slap a guy.
I like doing that.
So if you go over to mission, and then you just need to select it.
That's right.
Yeah, and then it will show up, and it will tell me where I need to go.
Select.
Yay! You level up in management, management of villainy, or villainy of management. I don't know what the perk is. I don't know. Maybe just business school.
Yeah, you go to evil business school. Get your evil MBA.
So just business school.
So yeah, just a regular MBA.
All right, I have an am I the asshole story for you, or okay, so this happened, I think, Monday. Yeah, it was Monday. I was driving back home, and I had both kids with me, and we were stopped at a stop sign, like a perpendicular little intersection. Like it's also known as a three-way stop. I don't know why perpendicular came to mind before. Like, just it's a three-way stop in the suburban hell that I live in. Around 4:00, which, you know, this place kind of jumps during that time. I mean, it's, you know, I live near a school. People are getting off work, so, you know, there's really not a lot of traffic in this residential area, except for, you know, when school's starting, when school's letting out, and like people get off work, you know. And I'm sure that is very similar to every other fucking place in America for the most part.
Yeah,
you know, that's how things work. So so I stop at the stop sign, and on the opposite side from me, turning left onto the perpendicular road, was a little dune buggy.
all right.
And it was being operated by 2 elementary school children.
All right.
Yeah, younger than my daughter. My daughter is, you know, my oldest daughter is 10, and she even commented on it. She was like, I can't remember what she said. She said something like, "They're not supposed to be on the road. Like they're kids. Yeah. They're not supposed to be driving."
Correct.
And so I don't know how to feel about this. Not to say that, you know, my feelings are the most important thing in this, but I don't know. It's one of those things where they look like 2 fucking 8-year-olds. Yeah. Like honestly. And, you know, and I wouldn't trust my daughter to drive a souped up golf cart on a, you know, honest to God road. Like the road during, you know, I know it's, you know, it's a, you know,
I don't think there's anything up here.
You know, it's suburbia. It's not like on a highway or something like that. But, you know,
right.
There was someone, you know, at a stop sign in front of them. There was also somebody behind them. And I wonder what the person, like, you know, following behind the children was thinking. So I don't know. It's it bugs me. And I do think it kind of goes into, you know, it's validation for my statement, suburban hell. Just the What I'm trying to say is we're supposed to live in a nation of, we're a nation of laws and rules, and I need more cops to deal with these joyriding hooligans, these super predators.
Yeah. They're out there, they're running people off the road.
Yes, I didn't feel safe.
Who knows what? I think I saw some gang signs
Yes.
emblazoned on the side of their buggy.
But like, I don't know. It's a situation where like I feel like I need another adult because it's not like they're not my kids. I'm not going to parent them. Like I'm not going to follow behind them and say, "Where are your parents?" I'm not going to call the cops, even though I kind of feel like this might be a case of like they are doing something illegal. Like you're not even supposed to have like a golf cart on the road, or it's an off-road vehicle on the road.
Yeah, it's not road safe.
Yeah, and also they're elementary school children. Like I don't know. It's one of those things. Like I read it as unsafe, but maybe I'm crazy because I've known too many people to die by pointless uh-ohs. Like it's just kind of like you don't expect people to actually get hurt and die from something stupid until they actually do.
Right. I mean, that's how it happens.
Yeah.
Never expect it.
Yeah, if it was an expected death is somebody in hospice.
Yeah.
Unexpected death, I feel like, is everybody else. All right, there's a sexy lady over there.
Go talk to her.
I love your gozer hair. Uh-oh. I think she takes issues with
come on.
the way you're talking to her. Uh-oh. Get out of my mind! I need that to go through. There we go. Oh. Am I gonna live? Nope. I was clicking the respite. I almost had her. All right, I guess I'm going to the hospital.
Look how smug she is. All right.
Are you starting your grift in the manosphere?
Yes. Could really use the money. I lack personal convictions and have boundless confidence, but also boundless ignorance. So it's really just perfect for me.
It helps being a white dude.
I mean, that too.
You get bonuses. All right. I'm going to run real fast, yo. Are we being invaded by something? I keep hearing, like, Richter invasion stuff. Like, I keep hearing the Richter drone teleport sound.
I really don't know.
Maybe I'm just having a stroke. I don't know. Did Joe Biden give me a stroke? I mean, last week he gave us cancer.
Right. But that's going to take too long, so.
Unless it's the quick cancer. Like it's the movie cancer that makes you cough up blood in a sink.
Yeah. The surefire sign in a movie that you're dying.
Coughing up blood.
You cough up blood.
In a sink.
Or into your hand.
Yes.
They cough and then they look and then there's blood in their hand.
Yeah.
Every time I see that, I'm like, oh, he did. Oh, he did. I just wanted to see what was down there.
More poop water.
Oh, wait, it goes around in a circle. It's fine.
The sewer is a flat circle. All right, I'm gonna go, Milady.
Assassinate her.
I'm assassinating her. This will take care of her.
I'm gonna go jump on this guy.
Ninja vanish. All right. The weather is going weird, yo. Thunderbolts of lightning, very, very frightening. Blah, blah, blah. I've not played this guy in a while, so I feel like I'm more used to Malphazad now.
I'm just gonna flail around and smash buttons.
I mean, that's what I do. That's usually what works for me.
It's the best strategy.
It helps that I'm invisible. Yes, there is. Is there an invasion currently going on? Are immigrants from another dimension coming to the Rogue Isles? Unknown at this time.
Oh, I see an anarchy symbol on the wall here. This means Antifa is around. Keep your eyes peeled.
Be on the lookout for Antifa's super soldiers.
We're talking about a thing they totally forgot existed.
Oh, okay. Thank
It just
you.
fell out of their brains.
Not everybody forgot, and that actually makes me think of something.
Okay.
So, do you have any desire to watch the Civil War movie that just came out?
Not really. I mean, I like other stuff the director's done, and that might be the only reason.
Same here, but have you heard anything about it?
Very little.
Okay. I've heard that, people are not liking it because that Jess follows, what is it, Pajiba, and the person she follows on Pajiba said there are very fine people on both sides of the movie.
Sure.
And it's desperately trying to be, I've heard enlightened centrism, or it's trying to be middle of the road. It's not about the war. It's about the journalism.
Yeah, I kind of get the impression it's actively not trying to say anything political.
Which
seems like an odd choice for
a
war movie, but
yeah, so Antifa gets mentioned in the movie.
A man blast from the past.
Yeah. So yeah. It was something like the Antifa massacre. and I kind of want to see it because he did Ex Machina and Annihilation, yes, and something else. Was it Men?
I'm totally blanking because I've seen Men, but I can't remember if that was him or not.
It may be. I'm not entirely sure.
Alex Garland.
Yeah. Brent's going to consult the internet currently.
I gotta know.
You got to know. I think. But he did do Annihilation and Ex Machina, right?
Yes.
Yes. Did I get all three? Did I get a bingo?
Yes.
I got the bingo. I missed this lady, but I get a bingo.
Yeah, you did do Men. Okay.
Okay. Have you seen all three of those movies, or
I actually have. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I have also seen all three of those movies. I think out of the three, I liked Annihilation the best.
I think that's fair. I might go back and forth between that and Ex Machina. But
Okay. All right. Yeah. I think they're,
Annihilation was good.
yeah. I think they're all worth watching.
Oh yeah.
But like, I think that the movie that most doesn't pick a side and tries to be purposely ambiguous is Annihilation. Because there's some confusion about existence, so to speak, in that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some ambiguity in there, and I think it works in that type of movie.
Yeah, because
Because
it's about stuff that's kind of beyond human comprehension.
yes,
Yeah.
I mean, because that is. I'm trying to, like, earlier when I was thinking about Annihilation, I was trying to think of how many versions of The Color Out of Space are there, and I can name 3.
Yeah. I mean, that's one of them.
That's one of them. There's the actual The Color Out of Space with Nicolas Cage, which is a good one. And there's something. What is it called? I think it's called The Farm. It had. It was a movie in the '80s with Will Wheaton.
Oh, that movie. Okay, I've never actually seen it, but
I recommend that.
Yeah.
But it's basically The Color Out of Space.
yeah, I remember hearing that. Yeah.
And I am going in the wrong direction. They're all worth watching. So yeah, and that is a good Nicolas Cage movie if you have not seen it.
I actually haven't.
I recommend it.
I just haven't gotten to it.
Yeah,
So thanks.
I think it's on Shudder. I think it's where I watched it again.
So I like the director. He's kind of a weird dude.
Oh, there's actually a documentary about that guy, the Island of Dr. Moreau guy.
Yeah.
Because I recommend that too. I think that might actually be on Shudder. I can't remember because he went on.
Yeah.
Because making that movie broke his brain.
Yeah, it drove him crazy.
Yes, like
Yeah, he's like
actual
living in the jungle, like growing marijuana or something.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a really good. That was a really good documentary.
Okay. Yes. For those of you for those of you in the future and present, I recommend it. I can't remember what it's called. It's about the making of the 90s Island of Dr. Moreau. The director got fired and kicked off the movie set. And at one point he snuck back onto the movie set as like an extra.
Yeah.
Like it was pretty fucking awesome. Like apparently
That's
it
a
was
wild story.
it was just banana pants.
Have you seen the movie?
I have not seen it as an adult.
Okay.
I want to go back and watch it.
Yeah, it's I mean, it's something. As well as movies, you can tell is a mess
Yeah.
in the circumstances of production. But yeah, Marlon Brando definitely needs to be seen in that movie because he's just doing things.
Wasn't that was one of his final movies, wasn't it?
One of them. Yeah.
One of them. Okay. Yeah.
I forget what his actual last one was, but
Oh God. And there was something like there was this little person.
yeah,
The little person that like Marlon Brando like just glommed onto, and then he ended up becoming like the focal point of the movie at some points. Like it's just kind of like I want more of the little person who is a rat man or something. I can't remember what animal he is.
yeah. He just decided he loved that guy and then wanted him to like dress like his character.
Yes.
And like there's the part when he's playing the piano and the little dude is playing a smaller piano on top of that piano.
Oh shit! Is that Mini Me? Is that
I think it is.
Yes. Okay.
I really do.
Oh my God! A reference to the Island of Dr. Moreau.
I really do. I think it's the origin of
I
mini-me.
didn't realize that.
With Marlon Brando being deranged.
Okay, yeah.
He's one of those actors that, like, everybody, like, you see it over and over again. Some director is really excited to work with the legendary Marlon Brando, even though they've heard that he's a nightmare to work with. And they're
Yeah.
like, it'll be fine. And then it's a nightmare working with it.
It's like, no, I'm going to be the one that tames him.
It happened to Frank Oz.
Oh,
That
shit.
might have been Brando's last movie. I'm blanking on the title of it, but yeah, that was the one where Marlon Brando refused to take direction from Frank Oz. They had to do it through an intermediary.
Like a walkie-talkie or like...
Like, you had to tell, like, I'm like a production assistant or something, or, I don't know, a second unit director, who knows. And, like, I think that was one where Marlon Brando wouldn't refer to him by name. He would only call him Miss Piggy.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Was one of his last movies like... am I stuck? Why am I stuck? Okay, I'm better now. I was apparently stuck behind a potted plant. What movie is this? Was it like a Muppet movie?
No, it's like a crime movie.
Okay. All right, I am unfamiliar.
Frank Oz, so
Okay. All right, I'm
Yoda.
yes. The only movie that I know that he directed was the remake of.
I think it was the score.
Okay, it was the remake of Stepford Wives. I watched that recently. It's fucking terrible.
Okay. I don't remember hearing anything good about it, so.
I recommend it.
All right.
I recommend watching that with your lady friend. I'm just,
Okay.
It's bad. The original, good. The remake, black comedy. What you need, daughter? You okay?
Yeah, I was just wondering.
Okay. How were the dog and the cat?
Good.
Okay. All right. Did you eat?
Yeah.
All right. You can go get on your phone. What you need?
I ate an apple.
Yes. Okay. Fruit will help. Yes. Yes. All right. I'm fighting circus ladies. Okay. All right.
Can I have, like, one small...
You can have a piece of candy. Go for it.
Okay.
All right. Bye-bye. All right. I was... I think she was trying to sell me on the idea of her getting candy, and I'm like, you can do it. Fine.
All right.
It's like I appreciate that she's trying to do like a charm or a bluff or something. It's like, no, you can do it. I'm all right. Daddy's playing a video game with his friend. Go ahead.
So he didn't succeed on the check, just the target doesn't care.
You're just don't roll a 1. But I was gonna say, I don't think it's a good idea to make a black comedy about reproductive rights.
I mean, it would take a very deft hand.
Yes.
Because it could go very, very wrong.
Yes.
Very, very easily, and I assume it did.
Yeah. I think it was trying to do... My take, it was trying to do the battle of the sexes. Which is something that I personally hate, and I'm glad. I don't think it's talked about anymore, but there was a lot of battle of the sexes stuff in the 90s, and it is one of my personal pet peeves that I just don't like, and I notice people. I don't like when somebody says well, you have to let her do it because she's the woman, or I just hate that kind of folksy sexism.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, girls together, and I'm like, motherfucker, then don't vote for Republicans. Like, don't. It's like I know you're not on Team Woman. You vote for dudes that try to take away your rights.
Yeah.
So that's my take. I keep getting knocked back. What I need to do? I need to turn this on all the time. No, this. There we go. There we go. I need to hit the control button. Which I don't know if you're aware of that. Somebody from chat told me, like, if you have like a toggle that, well, I guess it's not a toggle. If you have a buff that has like a cooldown, you can hit the button. You can left click with control, and it puts like a little green ring around it. And basically, as soon as it comes back, it will just auto cast it.
What?
Yes.
What? How long has this been true?
Well,
Probably like 15 years.
I have no idea, but chat had to tell me. Like, I got, like, intel from chat. I've learned more about City of Heroes by streaming it than actually playing it. So, yeah.
This community's alive and well.
Yes, it lives again. It never died. All right. Like, I'm constantly being held because, all right, when it was live, it was mostly used for hasten. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, yeah.
But, like, the thing that I have in the super speed tree for status effects, I'm constantly forgetting to turn it back on, and then somebody knocks me back like 7 feet or whatever, because I'm too busy talking about politics to play the game. I guess on like movie topics, I watched Inferno.
Oh, yeah?
Um,
Did you understand anything that happened?
yeah, I mean, kind of, and I'm actually kind of surprised Jess watched some of it.
Yeah.
And did not fall asleep, and it actually held her interest. I think mostly from what?
It's very engaging in that regard.
I guess I did kind of understand maybe the plot, because there's the info dump like at the very beginning where it's basically like, there are these 3 ladies and they're bad, yo, that kind of stuff. But like, I get why these Italian horror films are a thing, but I also kind of don't get it, and I don't know if that makes sense, because I mean, when it comes to style or story, I always thought of myself as preferring story, but apparently I'm all right with style, I guess.
Yeah, I'd say I've definitely kind of come around in that fashion.
Yeah.
But like, if a movie looks good and is interesting to watch, I'll forgive a lot of narrative incoherence or narrative confusion.
Yeah.
Especially if there's a discernible style
Yes.
Or I can tell that, yeah, there's a director there who is putting their vision into the movie.
It did help that Guillermo del Toro told me just go with it. Like, don't ask questions and just go with it. And he was specifically talking about Inferno.
Yeah, that's very good advice.
Yes, so
he's talking about.
and that is the advice. Oh, no, I am just tight walking on a chain. This is my life now. There we go. I forgot. Every time that happens, I forget about it. But yeah, he was specifically that Panico. He was in that the Argento documentary, and he was specifically talking about Inferno and the cat scene, the cat drowning scene.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, and he was like, just go with it, and like him describing it as like a Dario Argento movie. Like the way he described it, you could probably take that as like a description of like an H.P. Lovecraft story, that there's just this malignant force around you and it's trying to kill you and nowhere is safe.
Yeah. So the little crazy scene when the guy gets eaten by rats.
Yes.
And then like the hot dog vendor guy comes running, you think he's gonna save him, but instead he stabs him.
He tries to chop his head off.
Yeah, and like none of that makes any sense.
Yes.
I fucking love it though. But
yeah.
it makes sense within the sense of, yeah, like there's this malevolence that's
yes
just kind of permeating things.
Yes. My favorite scene, like the scene that I actually considered like good, like I was the underwater scene I thought was like really good.
Oh yeah.
And I was just really surprised, like, oh, this is tense. How did they do this? I really wouldn't want to be this actress.
Oh yeah, and it
like,
looks great.
And it looked really awesome. It really did.
See all the work that was put into it.
Yeah. But at the same time, I'm like, lady, you can get another pendant.
Yeah.
You are going to drown. You're like, I don't care if that was like in your family for generations. You can get another one.
Yeah. It can't possibly be worth it.
Yes. The other thing that I thought of was like, from that scene on, I was like, oh, Dario Argento is obviously a straight man.
Uh-huh.
Because like every time I feel like in every scene, every woman was just wet.
There was a lot of that. Yeah.
Like,
very Italian of him.
It's like no one is wearing a bra. Everybody is just wet, and you know. So yeah, it is. Yes, he is a very Italian man. Also, I think me saying, you know, fuck it, just go with it, like don't ask too many questions, I actually think that helped Jess watch the movie a little bit too. Because
I can see that.
Because she's very plot driven. Like, like I think more so than like me. Like, but you know, hey, maybe she stayed awake during all the Sharknado movies that we watched. So,
well, those movies have plots.
They're also confusing as shit. I don't know. We still need to finish those. We've got, I think, like 3 more.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you do. They go in a pretty crazy direction.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't suddenly get good or anything. Does this asshole, he get up?
He got up.
I don't think so.
How did you miss with that sword?
It's a really good question. It happens a lot.
Why?
It's like bigger than most of the people I fight, and I'm somehow whiffing with it.
You just fold it up like a chair. Wow.
Champion swiper. Swipe this.
What is the third of the Three Mothers trilogy? Is it
Mother Appears?
okay? That sounds right. I thought it was
The only one I
Tenebrae.
haven't seen.
I thought it was Tenebrae, but I was wrong. I feel like that should
Yeah.
be the third one by the title, but
Seems to fit the pattern, yeah.
yeah. So yeah,
I like Tenebrae a lot.
okay. Because I've got a lot of Dario Argento in my my Shudder queue, and I'm like, fuck it, I need to just go ahead and watch these movies.
Tenebrae might be one of my favorite Argento movies, actually.
Okay.
But yeah, Mother of Tears, and it came out in like the 90s, I think. It's generally considered not very good,
Oh, okay.
but I know people who defend it. Why don't you get up?
More XPs. I don't know if this was an Italian movie or not. I didn't really consider it to be a very good movie, although it had its points. Daughters of Darkness.
Oh,
I mean, it's
yeah, I know I've seen it, but I'm having trouble picking out what exactly it is.
it
I know I've
is
seen
it is softcore pornish.
That doesn't narrow it down any.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like, you know, this is obviously like, you know, a movie made by straight dudes for straight dudes. Like basically, Elizabeth Bathory is trying to get with like a young couple, and the dude is like, the young dude is like a rich guy, and
Oh yeah, that movie. Okay.
and yeah, like I finished it up last night. I honestly didn't care for it except for the nudity, honestly.
Yeah, I don't remember a whole lot about it, so that kind of says.
Yeah, it was kind of like, I'm like, it was like, somebody better get naked again. I'm getting bored, honestly. Like, come on.
That's how Roger Corman produced movies.
But also, like, the way
gonna
that,
get bored needs nudity. All right.
like, the way, like, some characters died are kind of like, really? Is this it kind of goes into that, you know, oh, there's a room full of barbed wire in here. Why? I don't know. Just go with it. And I don't know if that's just an Italian thing or what.
Yeah.
If that's just, you know, the way, you know, I don't think it's not like a Giallo, but like maybe Giallo adjacent.
Yeah, maybe something to that. Yeah. Where things can be kind of elaborate.
Dreamlike or
Yeah, or nightmare-like.
yeah.
Especially, of course, you know, Suspiria kind of has that nightmare kind of vibe, so
Yes.
there's that, yeah, you go through the door and then you fall into a room full of barbed wire. You know, it doesn't make any sense, but it's sort of
Because
nightmare logic. Yeah.
I mean, how do you get that much barbed wire in a room?
Who puts it there?
Well, I know who
hires
puts it
workers
there.
to
The
come in
help
there.
puts it there.
Yeah. Here, take all this barbed wire and go unspool it in that unused room. Okay.
We'll lower a rope down so you can get out.
Yeah.
Uh,
Hey, buddy.
I remember liking the remake of Suspiria better because I feel like it made a little bit more sense.
Okay.
At least to me. I've been meaning to go back and watch Suspiria again just for a, like, maybe I have a little bit more of the vocab down a little bit more. Like maybe I can just say, oh fuck it, just go with it. Maybe I can just rock out to Goblin a little bit more.
That Goblin soundtrack.
Oh, that's also that's another thing. Like, Jess was like, what the fuck is this up with this music in Inferno?
It's Claudio Simonetti.
Like the part where like mustache dude is like he digs through his he digs through the floor and ends up like in this like weird labyrinthian crawl space, and like the goblin is just rocking the fuck out or whatever.
Yep.
Boom boom. With like, yeah, it felt like it was like the Italian version of like Bohemian Rhapsody or some shit.
Soundtrack does mysterious work in Italian movies oftentimes.
And like that actually reminds me of like the last time that I watched Highlander, and like when I realized that Highlander is a bad movie.
Yep.
But it has an awesome soundtrack.
Yeah.
And the soundtrack is doing the majority of like the emotional heavy lifting in that movie.
Yeah, it carries the movie a lot.
Yeah. And you know, for the longest time, like that's something that I think of. Or like the Guardians of the Galaxy movies have like good soundtracks, and they do a really good job of like enhancing moments and so forth. But like watching Inferno and like, you know, the Italian movies, it's like that just whoever was rocking out on that organ styled keyboard was doing like so much of the suspense creation. It's like he's just pounding on those evil keys.
Yep.
All right, I'm ejecting. Now I just have like that song in my head.
I actually saw Claudio Simonetti live.
Really?
Several months ago. Yeah, it was actually really neat. It was at the fucking Opera House of all places.
Wow.
They had Claudio Simonetti and was it Claudio Simonetti and the Goblin? I don't know. It's a very confusing thing because Goblin has been broken up and reformed, and there have been a couple different names. Claudio Simonetti's been in some of them, not in others. He also has a heavy metal band, and all the musicians he had for his Goblin thing are also the musicians for his heavy metal band. Anyway, it was a showing of the movie Demons.
Ooh.
And they performed the soundtrack live while the movie was showing.
That is the nerdiest thing that you have ever said.
Yeah, it was.
That you went to see, you saw Demons and the soundtrack was performed. And honestly, like that actually sounds pretty cool too, because I think of all the Italian movies that I've seen, I like Demons and Demons 2.
Oh yeah.
I think those are my favorite. Yeah. All right. Pick a mission.
All right, let's see. Oh god, these are all kidnap missions. I don't want those.
Boo. Also keep in mind that you can select a mission and then just auto complete it.
Let's do that.
Once per week you can do that. I think they should move that up to like It's like maybe every 3 days or something. I think you should be able to do it every day. That's just
Yeah.
me. Make it happen, City of Heroes. Come on.
Yeah, why not? Completed. Wow, that was a hell of a kidnapping. That was a wild one. Couldn't afford to show it.
Yeah.
Winston the Gen has planted a secret message for me.
Okay. We got to go, I don't know,
Who
steal
the
a
fuck is he?
steal a thing. I'm good at stealing. Kidnapping, not so much.
I don't know. It didn't actually give
Oh,
me a mission.
do you have, you got to go talk to the broker?
Yes.
Robbing a bank.
All right. Bank robbing time.
We got to go fight the fuzz. What is this place? Is it Ivan? Is that the fucker here?
It is. I
Or
need to talk to Winston the Gent.
broker?
Who the fuck is he?
Unknown. I got no, not Boris. Oh, Winston the Gent. Okay, yeah. Where is this? Where is this arse? He's over this way. He's about a mile over here.
Oh, I see him.
Yeah, you go over to. If you click on broker and click on him,
You will be exposed.
yes. His assassination coordinates will pop up. Well, apparently I went the long way around. Who is this guy? He's a Talos of the Earth. Is this guy bothering you?
I'm trying to plan a bank robbery here. I don't appreciate this.
All right.
Anyway.
Oh, look at you, Winston. You're a dapper gent. All right. Now we go back that way.
We've been watching actually a fair number of found footage movies
Okay.
because there are like 9 million of them
Because there are, yes,
because you can make them on a $1.05.
on a bucko. Yep. Yep.
But we recently watched Barry Levinson's kind of a high budget found footage movie, The Bay.
It doesn't sound familiar to me.
That one's interesting. It came out in, was it 09 or 10 or 12 or something around there. I don't
Okay.
know. But it's, it's a bigger budget, so it needs a lot more locations and a lot more actors and a lot more,
Okay. Yeah.
There's security cam footage. There's cop body cam footage.
Okay.
There's,
Okay.
news reports and all
So
this
it becomes like found footage medley.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was pretty interesting. It was neat. It's kind of an eco horror kind of thing.
Okay. The Bay.
Man's Folly.
Okay.
It was all right.
Have you seen Europa report?
Oh, I actually haven't.
That's a good.
It got recommended to me a long time ago.
Yes, because that's very similar to that. The kind of like found footage medley.
Yeah.
I actually watched that with Jess, and she liked it.
Okay.
And let's kill this guy so we can get a key to go do additional crimes. This
Power tank.
power tank.
Uh-huh.
So, what other found footage?
One that I can pretty easily recommend is one called Savage Land.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah, it really does kind of a faux documentary format.
Okay.
It actually pulls it off pretty well. But it does something different where it's not found footage, it's found film, like found pictures,
Okay.
still pictures.
Okay.
Now, that's very interesting. And it's, the basic setup is there's this town on the Mexican border, I think it's in Texas. And one day, like everyone in the town, like all 100 something people are all murdered.
Oh.
Right? They're all like brutally murdered. And there's only one survivor, and he happens to be an illegal immigrant. And he's
Okay.
also the person who took all the pictures.
Okay.
So he basically gets charged with murdering everybody in this town. And the documentary is kind of about what actually happened. And, it won't be a huge surprise
Okay.
what did happen once it kind of starts getting like,
Okay.
like you figure it out. But they did some really interesting stuff with it. And the immigration angle was also very interesting.
Okay. They did a political?
They did a political.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think pulled it off pretty well.
Was it about good people on both sides?
No, not really.
Oh, they chose a side. How dare they?
I would say they definitely chose a side.
Okay.
Yeah. Especially once it becomes clear what did happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's go ahead and get the bank, and then we can just, fuck shit up.
Yeah.
Is the found footage, is that kind of done, or is it just with us and it's something periodically that comes back because
I
it
think
is
it's
so
just with us.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I do. Because it's
cheap.
it's inexpensive. Yeah. And I think it gives you a lot of flexibility and a lot of leeway in making a movie. And sometimes that can go kind of bad when it gets into the you never see anything genre of found footage.
I guess kind of. I mean, is Skinamarink found footage?
I guess technically no, because conceptually, I'm not sure what the footage is that we're seeing.
No footage.
Like what its genesis is supposed to be, like within.
Yeah, because it's not found. It's not
Within
found.
fiction.
It's not like the past.
But it kind of has the aesthetic
Yeah.
of that in that it's
What am I looking at? What has happened?
Yeah, what am I looking at?
There's a mystery. What is? Yeah. Oh God, fucking Skinamarink.
We watched a bizarre movie called Dash Cam, which is a little inaptly named because most of the movie is not dash cam footage. But I get it. You're trying to come up with a name for a movie.
You gotta have a name.
You need a title. You do what you can. But, live stream was taken. I'm pretty sure, but whatever. But,
yeah. Okay. Was it any good? Because
we actually enjoyed it. It makes the bold decision of making the protagonist, the main character, deeply annoying and unlikable.
is that
He's
the
like
okay? Because I watched something about like Deadstream or something like that. Have you seen that one?
Deadstream. Yeah, Deadstream is good if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, because that was because it made me think that I had seen Dashcam the way you were describing it.
Similar but different.
Yeah,
The Deadstream guy is just like annoying in like a very identifiable streamer kind of way.
yeah, because he's like the streamer bro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And the way that movie kind of unfolds what he's all about is very interesting.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
Like
why he's doing what he's doing.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's interesting stuff. Dashcam is more the person's unlikable because they're basically like a far right Donald Trump lunatic.
Oh, okay.
But of that very specific type, they don't really talk about. Like everyone, thinks about like the redneck in a southern state. But this is someone who like you could kind of tell used to be like a punk and is like all into composting, but also into like crystals and stuff like that. Like that weird intersection of new agey stuff and also
It's mysticism.
I'm not gonna wear a mask, that sort of stuff.
It's the fashy version of the Crystal Mommy.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Very much that. And that's an interesting choice.
Okay.
It was the same director who did Host. If you watched it, it was a middle of the pandemic movie. It's about a seance some people perform over like a Zoom meeting. So all the actors, are in their own houses.
Yeah, I haven't seen that. There's too many hosts. There's the Stephanie Meyer, and then there's the big sea monster host.
Right. This is the third.
Okay.
Host. But I like that one. That one was pretty good, especially for something that was ultra low budget.
No budget, no like people.
No budget. Yeah. You're just paying the actors to be in their own houses on a Zoom meeting. But, you did what you had to do back then.
You burnt the money, you asshole. No, just kidding.
Oops. I don't want money, I want skulls. But I'll take money.
Can you fly, Bobby? Like, every time, like, for whatever reason, and I know this problem is within me, but I always think of Paranormal Activity as found footage.
Yeah, and I am not a great fan of Paranormal Activity.
Yes. I have not revisited that since we watched it, and I have not seen any of the others, nor do I care to ever watch them.
Yeah, I've actually seen a couple of the sequels. I mean, they do get better, and as they go on, they kind of get a little crazier. Which
things happen.
Their benefit. Yeah, when things get a little wacky, and then there's like a cult that's involved, and yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Still not super crazy about them. They try to jazz it up as it goes on. Because you can't just watch doors slam for 90 minutes.
And somebody's wife just stare at them while they're sleeping.
Yeah. And then the movie just kind of ends.
Yeah,
And then Steven Spielberg is like, no, you gotta have more than this.
I feel like that's Steven Spielberg being really nice.
Yeah. Man has always had good instincts. He knows what audiences want to see.
Have you considered putting a shark in the water?
Just like as soon as he saw the Gizmo puppet in Gremlins, he was like, you need to put this guy on the screen all the time.
Yeah. Send more Gizmo.
Send more Gizmo. That's actually why they changed it. Originally, Gizmo was supposed to turn into like the Gremlin.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like, no, you need to keep him a good guy.
Yeah.
And you need to show him on screen all the time.
I don't know why that drone and this riot cop.
Yeah, they seem to be having an issue. They seem to be having a beef. Give me some doogies.
Oh, I watched a movie and it was bananas, and if you have not seen it, you should watch it. I think you ever seen Repo Man, 1984?
Oh yes. Yeah. Yeah, I like Repo Man a lot.
That I had never heard of it. It was just like just the the weirdness of it.
Just unrepentantly weird.
Yeah, and the weird, like psychobilly kind of music to it, and like Emilio Estevez just being like, I don't know, like just a shithead.
Yeah.
Like and I'm not even really sure like what I was watching. Like, yeah, I watched it about a week ago. It was on Netflix, and yeah, I don't even like, I had never heard of it. It's just that one guy from Conan was in it.
Yeah.
Who's not what, William Sanderson?
No. But yeah. But you can easily confuse the two.
Yeah. Are you dying over here?
Maybe a little bit. I'm gonna shot with a flamethrower, which you wouldn't think would hurt me, but it seems to.
Mind bullets. It would have been really sad if you did not connect with that particular move.
Yeah.
All right, I got a key over here.
Repo Man, not to be confused with Repo Men.
Or Repo, the genetic opera.
Right. Make sure you're watching the right one.
Yes. Why are these people following, like, behind us?
They should be running away from us.
You all are running away wrong. Pew, pew, pew. I feel like that Netflix is improving a little bit because they're showing older movies that I'm not like familiar with, and I'm like, oh, I'm actually watching some things that I've not been exposed to, and I actually like that.
I mean, that's good.
Yes, so they seem to be getting like movies from a particular year, like, or like the 70s. Like, there's just a bunch of 70s movies that I had been watching. To like, I don't know, mixed, like some like gambling movie with Elliot Gould and George Siegel. It was like California Split. I've never fucking heard of it.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, all right, I'm glad I watched this, even though I'm not entirely sure. I think it was like a Robert Altman movie or whatever. Is that the dude who did MASH?
Yeah.
Like, everybody's talking at once at all times.
It's probably a movie that did pretty well when it came out, and then was, I don't know, maybe just mostly forgotten about.
Yeah, and
like a lot of movies.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's probably most movies that they come out and then they are forgotten.
Yeah, they don't flop; they do fine.
Yeah, at the time they were, they were liked.
Set the world on fire, but people are like, that was pretty good. And the world just kind of forgets about it.
Scorsese film Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore.
Oh yeah.
Which I didn't really care for it, honestly.
I've never seen it.
It's fine. Which I didn't realize that was apparently the inspiration for the Alice TV show.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, I didn't know. That was a little bit before my time, although it was probably like in syndication. Like on Fox or something at some point in time.
Yeah, probably.
But I was just kind of like, nah.
Yeah, and something popular enough to spawn a TV show back.
Yeah, it had a TV show that I'm
Yeah.
sure, ran seasons.
But does anyone talk about it now? Not really.
I mean, it's not the best show on television, and the Andy Griffith Show
That's right.
is the best show. They're going to take Married with Children off the air and put Andy Griffith Show
Reruns of the Andy Griffith Show.
as an April Fool's Day joke, I'd imagine, but still. Oh my God.
Well, that'd be a pretty good one.
That'd be pretty good. Is there bad stuff going on in here? We got to get this guy.
Stab somebody.
I think we're going to run out of time.
Oh, geez.
Ow, my brain.
One, you idiot.
No, I don't want to talk to him. Can you go pick him up? I'm going to try to get out of his field of vision. What have I been hit with other than, like, I don't know, migraine headache?
You need Excedrin.
Oh, goddamn.
Come on, you idiot.
Well, apparently that's his name because that got his attention. I'm going to go through before he imprints on me. All right, it's close by. It's over this way.
All right.
I'm going to sneak up on this psychic first.
Dead.
He did. Well, I think you killed the guy just then.
When both the cars he was standing next to exploded.
I would say he probably did.
He seems all right.
He's okay. Well, he obviously doesn't need our help.
Yeah, right? What are we even doing here?
Deflected. Deflected. Exclamation point. All right.
Resisting arrest.
Well, to fill the void and the lull in conversation, me and Jess kind of hate watched a show, and I would kind of like your opinion on it, even though I don't know, maybe your mileage may vary. Are you familiar with the 3 Body Problem on Netflix?
Yeah, I know of it.
Are you planning on watching it?
I don't know, maybe at some point.
I'd like your opinion on it. When we first started watching it, I was more like meh. Jess was interested in it, but that didn't last but to the second episode. And eventually Squid says I'll watch it if Brent does. I'm trying to get more opinions on it. And I'm really close to doing a rant, a live stream rant about it. It got real close to me just doing fuck it, I'm spoiling all of this.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Which I don't know if that makes you more or less likely to watch it.
I'm honestly not sure.
Yeah,
It makes me curious. But how curious?
I will say, I'll say this. I think Lost and Game of Thrones have ruined television.
I think you can make a strong case for that.
Yeah, because I don't know if you've watched any like sci-fi shows, but I feel like that there is.
I have.
I feel like that there is this. We have to make everything a fucking mystery. Like everything has to be in the mystery box.
Yeah.
And I think the show. And this is not just the 3-body problem because it's based after a book, and theoretically they have the books to go on, but like Star Trek Picard, Westworld, I feel like that there's kind of like this. I don't know if it's like the modern sci-fi show, because I think years and years ago they would have been more episodic adventure shows like Star Trek or anthologies or an anthology series or something like that. I feel like Babylon 5 was kind of that's long form. There's a 5-year outline. I mean, Farscape, I'm sure there were notes.
Yeah.
And I think it was, some of it was just the same note go weirder over and over again. But there were there are, ones, it was, they weren't episodic. I mean, there was and there weren't. I mean,
with an overarching.
Yes, I mean,
going on.
Your mid to late 90s, your Buffys, your Angels, your Fireflies, and that kind of stuff. That there is, a narrative going on.
Your X-Files.
Yes, even though that was also, I feel like there was a show note on that. Never explain anything.
Do not explain anything under penalty of death.
Do not explain the big questions. Yeah.
If you explain something, make sure it makes it less clear.
Yes. Every answer gets 2 questions.
Yeah.
And I think that might be kind of where I'm coming. I feel like that there is this make everything look like The Expanse, generic sci-fi show, even though I really like The Expanse, and I have not finished it, but me and Jess watched the first season, and we're like, holy shit, this is awesome.
It's also something I know the people who wrote the books have certain political stances that...
yes. Yes. Yes.
That they're not afraid to discuss.
Yeah. I appreciate when someone does a politic. But there's this, let's not explain anything and let's keep things muddied because we don't know how long we have to tell this story, and it worked for Lost. And I don't know, maybe I'm giving too much credit to Lost or people who remember Lost.
No, I would say Lost was hugely influential. I really would.
Okay.
Right after around the time, it had gotten big. There were copycat shows that crept up. Flash Forward. That was one of them. But
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, exactly. No one remembers these shows.
Yeah.
Because they were all, other networks. We can do a Lost. We can have a big mystery box show.
Yeah.
Yeah, and none of them really lasted.
Okay. But I bring up Westworld. Did you ever watch any of Westworld?
I didn't, mostly because I didn't hear a whole lot that was great about it.
The first season is really good.
Yeah.
The first season, like this is my take, and not to spoil anything, but like some broad strokes of like what I think happened and things that I have heard. Like the first season was really fucking good, and it was the HBO show at the time while Game of Thrones was not going on.
Yeah.
It was like Game of Thrones supplemental, and people figured out what was going on, and that made the writers sad.
Okay, yeah, I've heard that.
And they changed season 2 to where nobody can figure out what's going on, because they just were like, let's do this.
Seems like a mistake to me.
They threw the map away.
Yeah.
So it was, so they got upset that people figured out their precious story. And I think you should be more like George R.R. Martin, and when people figure out your story, you just go, oh, it made sense then.
Yeah. Right, yeah. Just roll with it.
And just roll with it. And then just never finish your books. Did you go in here?
I did.
Oh, okay.
And then when I went, it took me to the bank. And then when I went back through the same door, it took me out the front door of the bank.
Well, this is a mystery.
Huh.
Okay.
This will take 6 seasons to solve. Or it will never be solved. The time we went into that.
We went into a sewer hatch.
Went to the bank. And then we went out the same door and we were out on the street.
Like,
just never brought up again.
John? Oh, God. I don't know why that cracked me the fuck up. My bad impersonation of oh, God, what was that character's name from Lost?
Ben Linus.
Ben, yeah. Like he was always talking to John Locke. And he's like, John? And like, I know he didn't sound like that, but it was just kind of like this vocal fry that I picked up for my imitation. Yeah. Like the most niche, like who the fuck are, like what are you even talk about? This is not funny. You're cracking yourself up over nothing.
I mean, sometimes it's like that.
Yeah.
It just tickles you.
I am my number one joke fan. Oh, God. Like, I have actually considered re-watching Lost, and I think that might be madness.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. Like, I've been thinking about it.
Because, like...
I don't know.
For one thing, I didn't have a problem... I didn't have a problem with the ending because I didn't watch the show for 7 years, and I think you did.
No, I started in maybe season 3 or 4.
Okay.
I watched the first ones on DVD. So
okay.
I knew it was going.
So you were like, you had like maybe a couple more years in than I did.
Yeah.
Okay. Because, yeah.
Yeah, I actually like the ending to it.
Okay. I thought at the time you kind of didn't, or maybe have you grown to it, or?
I honestly can't remember what I thought at the time.
Okay.
I feel like I was always okay with it.
Okay. All right. Maybe I'm thinking of Friday. I can't remember. I know there was grumbling.
Okay. I definitely think it did what they wanted to do with it.
I think that, yeah.
That was pretty satisfying.
Okay.
It didn't answer all the questions, but by that point, if you thought they were going to, like, come on, man.
The cake is a lie, dude.
Did you really think they were going to tie everything up in a bow?
Yeah.
Like, you have to know, okay, none of this shit's getting answered.
Yeah.
And then just roll with it.
Yeah. Just listen to Guillermo del Toro. Just go with it. Just go with it. But
there are people to this day that are so confused by that ending.
Okay.
Like, Yeah, like they're like, so they all died in the plane crash. And I'm like, no, that's not what happened. I thought they made it pretty clear. I don't know.
Well,
To this day,
I mean,
when Lost comes up, people are like, so they all died in the plane crash? Well, that's dumb.
it's like, no, that's not actually.
No.
No, that's not actually it.
That's not what happened. Whatever.
Spoiler.
They did not all die in the plane crash. That's all you need to know.
I have to say that I think like that first season, like that was some of the best television, or maybe not the best television, but like some of the most addictive, engaging television that I personally have ever experienced. And the only thing,
it was a lot of fun. Yeah.
like the only other thing that I can think of that grabbed me more was the first season of Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah,
Because I watched.
we'll probably also say that.
I think I watched the first season of Game of Thrones like in a day.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I binged it. Yeah.
Yeah. And all right, we're going to be engaging in some theft, and everybody is going to come try to stop us because apparently the crime narrative comes to Paragon City too. It's just best to just jump into every single one of these red lights and just embrace it.
Let it happen.
Just let it happen.
Don't try the stealth approach. Oh,
Yep.
Just, one.
Just let it go. We'll bottleneck them out of the door, and you just swing, and I'll swing too.
You can do that.
But like the kind of like overindulgence of like mystery, what's going on, when is all this going to come out? Like I feel like that, like there's actually a good like it just kind of irritates me, and I'm just having like this swirl of all the shows that I've tried to watch. Like there's a show on Apple TV that I actually do recommend, Severance. Like that's really good.
Oh, yeah, I've been meaning to watch that.
Like that's really good. But at the same time, it's another one of these, what the fuck is going on?
Right.
Except for, you actually do kind of get some answers. Like I feel like there is an acceptable level of answers to question ratio. Okay. Maybe that's what the problem that I have is, like there's the answer to question ratio is like out of whack. Or maybe like when the writers think they're smarter than they actually are, which that's a problem that I had with 3 Body Problem. It's like, no, this is like, no, I take issue with your answer. There was also, oh God, some horrible invasion show on Apple TV that like Rick actually watched like all of it, and I only watched the first episode. It had
wasn't it just called Invasion?
I think it was just called Invasion. Yeah. And it's just like this, military propaganda, we're gonna fight the aliens, like pulling too much from like, I don't know, the Transformers movies or whatever, and just blah. There's also, I think it's called The Outer Range. Josh Brolin's on it. It's on.
Oh yeah.
I watched the first season of that, and I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Like I don't.
Problem.
Yeah, and it's just kind of like, and there was good stuff in that in Outer Range. There was good stuff in that, but at the same time, like I don't know if this stuff needs to be in a full series. Do we need to bring back the Outer Limits, or you know, something anthology based or
Yeah.
something. I don't know. Like, I feel like everything is trying to be long form. Like, let's check in with these characters, and now let's check. Oh, we haven't checked in with Arya Stark today.
Yeah.
So that's why
short form television.
yeah, that's why I say, like, Game of Thrones also ruined things, because it's like, we got to check in with Arya Stark,
We
and
have 9 million characters.
yeah, we have 9 million characters, and that's why I say, like, the 3-body problem, like, because it was like the showrunners are the Game of Thrones guys,
Yeah.
and we need to put some grimdark in this. Pick a tone, boys. Come on, pick a tone. So, yeah. And there's also some overlap, like the Onion Knight is in it.
Okay.
So, yeah. All right, there is a pile up here. We have a pile up of psychics. Get out of my mind! So I don't know. I don't know if I'm just grumpy, like if I'm just like a middle-aged dude, like being like, television today. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I guess it, turns out that, it's best to have an outline. Like, J. Michael Straczynski, I know he had an outline, and Paramount got a hold of it.
I mean, yeah.
But at the same time, Deep Space Nine is a very good show. It is the best Trek.
Yeah, I'm slowly working my way through it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Where you at?
I'm on season 2.
Okay. Oh.
Now. But fairly early on in season 2.
Cisco still got his hair.
Yes. Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta.
Yeah.
It gets better as he gains beard and loses hair. Not to say that it's bad, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely some stuff that's better than other stuff.
Like, I really like Deep Space Nine. It is my favorite, and like, I think there are some interesting coincidences, or maybe not so coincidental, things between Babylon 5 and Deep Space Nine. Like,
Yeah.
You have place with number. I think that's kind of a pair right there.
Yep.
Yeah, that I think Straczynski deserves some royalties, or at least a writing credit or something on there. But, they are separate things. They are both awesome. They're two of my favorite shows.
That was more, executive shenanigans than
Yes.
creator shenanigans. So can't really blame the writers.
It would not surprise me if it is another fuckery by Rick Berman.
Oh yeah.
That
wouldn't surprise me a bit.
Yeah. I would actually really like to is this just another fuckery by Rick Berman? Yeah. I mean, he wouldn't let Harry Kim direct an episode. Everybody gets to direct an episode.
Yeah, it's just something you do. I don't.
All right,
then you get a directing credit on your resume.
Yeah.
Maybe you like it. You go on to direct other things. Who the fuck knows?
Yeah. I mean,
That's pretty rotten.
Yeah, that and oh god, I'm blanking on the actress. The chick who played 7 of 9, she burned the corset.
Oh yeah,
Jerry Ryan.
Jerry Ryan. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he's responsible for the actress who played Dax leaving the show abruptly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's he's the reason why Dr. Crusher left the show abruptly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's almost like he had a problem with certain types of people.
All seem to have something in common.
That presented in a certain way. It's almost like he didn't want to pay certain people as much as other people. Yeah, he was shitty to Will Wheaton.
Oh yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The reason why they didn't have like a gay character, like an honest to God, out and proud gay character, was like so much. And fuck this mailbox. Have we killed everybody?
We killed the entire city. It's depopulated.
There's going to be a found footage. Some 10-foot tall flaming skull guy and a little goblin killed everybody.
Killed all the cops.
Here's another one.
Nope. What are you doing? Writing tickets? Where is everyone? I'm blowing this cop car. Yeah, I know Ronald D. Moore didn't have a lot of great things to say about Rick Berman.
I didn't know that angle of it.
Yeah, he briefly worked on Voyager. I mean, he worked on Deep Space Nine, of course.
Yes.
But he briefly worked on Voyager, and he had a lot of things to say about how Voyager was run.
Okay, all right.
He did not like it.
Oh, here's some people. But yes, I'm glad to hear you're finally getting around to Deep Space Nine, and the Gospel of Cisco.
It's been a big piece of cake, and I've been just reluctant to just fire into it.
Because it is I mean, that's seven layers of cake.
Yeah. 40-minute episodes or whatever.
Yeah.
Now, where do these beers come from?
I assume Garrick is in the show, yes?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. My favorite character, I think.
Yeah, he's pretty great. He's only been in a few episodes, but he's made an impression each time.
I think Garrick, Quark, and like Odo, I think are like that might be like my favorite characters.
Okay.
But not just but yeah. But it's basically like everybody is a good fucking character in that show. Like it's like
yeah, they're definitely putting a lot of work into doing character stuff for everybody.
Yeah, I mean, even a character that you might not like at first, like maybe like Nog, it's like, if it's like, hey, I like Nog, or Nog's uncle, I'm blanking on his name.
Oh yeah.
What the fuck is his name? Anyway.
I feel like it's on the tip of my tongue, but anyway.
But yeah, that is a good show. Also, I don't want to shock you. there's politics in it.
Oh no.
And you know that's one of those things that like I would not be surprised that if the Cardassian / Bajoran relationship was not just swiped whole cloth from the outline.
I mean, it kind of feels that way.
Yeah. So yeah,
I mean, yeah, Cardassians are very much an imperial power, very much an imperialist occupier.
Yes.
And the Bajorans, like I just finished up the part where Bajoran religious fundamentalists try to seize control of the government.
Oh, so you've met Kai Wynn?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh. Nurse Ratchet.
I don't think she's Kai yet, but I know.
Okay, my bad. All right,
Yeah,
sorry.
I already knew that because I've only ever heard her referred to as Kai Wynn.
Okay.
So.
I forgot that
Yeah.
she had a title.
And she wants to be Kai, so I'm like, okay, I guess that happens.
Oh, I found an exploration badge somewhere around here.
Oh.
The brick house badge? Oh, it's right here. Yeah. Yay, we did a thing. And now you know, Rainbow.
Yeah, and they put a lot of that stuff front and center
Yeah.
about Bajor and the Cardassians, and yeah.
And yeah, they kind of went through something akin to the Holocaust.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or, I don't know, a catastrophe, if you will. a Nakba.
Yeah. The humanitarian catastrophe.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's... And I do think that, like, Babylon 5 and what the hell? Were they on the grassy knoll? What do you... I didn't... Cops don't climb.
We're just hanging out up here, trying to get the drop on us.
The snippers.
Stop snipping me.
With your mind bullets. But I was going to say that, like, that, you know, there's...
hanging from it like Mussolini.
There's, like, different thing, like I feel like that Babylon 5 does more like in later seasons trying to build like the Space United Nations.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of like that angle. And like, what do you need to do to make it work? And then like Deep Space Nine is more, how do you join the United Nations?
Okay.
And like, because it's you know that's a big part of it. The Bajor joining the the Federation.
Yeah.
And they do some very interesting things with race. Because I don't know if anything has come up, but Benjamin Sisko remembers certain things in history.
Oh, okay.
And he will bring them up, and you have it's not, he's a black dude in the future, but it's not like he doesn't have amnesia to like what certain things have happened.
All that stuff still happened.
Yeah. So, yeah. I think we've killed everybody, and we got a badge for it.
Yeah, I'm just smashing cars because there are no more skulls to claim.
And also, there is some like long stories. Like, I mean, you get like fucking 4-part episodes, which is so out of sorts with like Star Trek.
Yeah. Everything wrapped up in 2 episodes at most.
Yeah, and this is like
each week or the end of the season.
Yeah. I think we're done here.
I guess so.
All right. I guess there are no more people for us to kill.
All right. Exit, I guess.
Sad. Got a level. How do I level?
How do you?
I haven't done that in a while. Where you at? There we go. All right. I'm going to a place to talk to a dude. Are you the dude? No. Yes. Train a new level. Choose title. Train next level. Oh no, slots. Oh, this is probably why I'm busted. I don't even got enhancements in my powers. Oh no, misplays. Let's just put some holes in there. Sure, finished. Whatever.
I just stick holes in things.
I'll just do that. All right. Do you have more time, or do you need to call it quits?
Yeah, it should probably be it for me.
Okay. All right, you fine present people. I want to thank you for listening to me and my friend talk about ramblings about Italian horror films and 90's sci-fi shows.
You know, miscellaneous stuff.
Yeah, it was more. Yeah, this was definitely like a more free-form thing.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right, and YouTube people, you got to pick it up. The views are down. I'm not talking to you 18 people who return, and you need to work on it because there's 27 people that watch the VODs on Twitch, and there's only 18 that watch the stuff on the YouTubes. So you got to do the stuff. I'm serious. Come on.
You got Bugattis to buy.
That's right. We're working on the Shady Rogues Bugatti. Oh God. Even if I had that money, I would just, I don't know. I would like Photoshop. I'll put like a goblin on a Bugatti, like just a big goblin head decal.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks everybody for watching. As soon as I find the button. All right. Bye everybody.